Oh, Harry Reid. Let's move on. Sound bites. Let's see, 5, 6, and 7. This is yesterday. Dana Bash Q&A with Dingy Harry.
If you can help one child who has cancer, why wouldn't you do it?
Why would we want to do that? I have 1,100 people at Nellis Air Force Base that are sitting home. They have a few problems of their own. To have someone of your intelligence suggest such a thing maybe means you're irresponsible.
She is so embarrassed. Her idol, Harry Reid, has humiliated her. Little Dana Bash, accredited CNN infobabe, official member of the establishment, part of the ruling class, walks up to her idol, Harry Reid, when she learns that Reid refuses a Republican bill that would fund the National Institutes of Health. This is the story yesterday where 200 kids denied cancer treatment. Republicans said, here's a bill that pays for that. Dingy Harry said, no, I'm not going to get tricked into that. And she said, why if you could have one child has cancer, why wouldn't you do that? And Reid said, why would we want to do that? You dumb B.I. We've got 1,100 people at Nellis Air Force Base sitting at home. They got a few problems of their own. To have someone of your intelligence suggest such a thing maybe means you're irresponsible. I'm just asking a question. Jeez, old man. So let me take a break. Otherwise, I'm going to get panicked here from the broadcast engineer. I'm going to get all kinds of noise sound effects in my ear. I'll be back and wrap this up. You know, I heard and read the Dingy Harry answer to Dana Bash yesterday, but I didn't know it was anything like this. This is just, this is what I mean about them imploding. So she says, if you could help one child who has cancer, why wouldn't you do that? And he gets, this is his buddy in the media. Harry Reid is one of her idols. If she didn't work at CNN, she'd like to work for him. Why would we want to do that? Why would I want to save one kid with cancer when I have 1,100 people at Nellis Air Force Base sitting home, have a few problems of their own? Have someone of your intelligence suggest such a thing means that you're just maybe irresponsible. I'm just asking a question. Just a question. And then Dingy Harry was you asked to repeat what he'd said yesterday.
Little kids who are not going to have clinical trials. Of course I care about that. I have 16 of my own grandchildren, 5 children. What I told Dana Bash, who is a fine reporter, is that we care about all these things. We care about our state parks. We care about our veterans. But we can't fall into the trap. And here is the trap of the Cruz-led Republicans. And that is this. Listen, we'll cherry pick. We'll open this today and this tomorrow and this tomorrow. And finally, at the end, everything will be open except the money to finish Obamacare.
All right. We got to have some comment on that, too, but we got a break. So we'll be back. Sit tight. You know, I don't want to make too big a deal out of this, but I could. I could spend 15 minutes on this exchange talking about this. Well, there's so many other things going on out there, things I wanted to talk about would scroll out of view. And I'm struck. He says he's not going to fall for the Cruz-led Republican trap. And what is the Cruz-led Republican trap? Cherry pick. We're not going to cherry pick. Would somebody explain to me what the hell Obama's been doing with his own health care plan? He's been cherry picking who gets a waiver and who doesn't. He's been cherry picking who's subject to it and who isn't. He's been cherry-picking laws that he doesn't like left and right. DOMA, gay marriage, you name it. Obama cherry-picks, and if he doesn't like a law, he just ignores it. But his own health care plan, he decides what will be delayed and what won't be delayed. In fact, Betsy McCoy has made the point that what we are implementing today is not the legislation that was signed into law by Obama. The law as signed by Obama did not have waivers for 2,500 companies, businesses, and unions. The law as signed by Obama did not have a 1-year delay of the employer mandate. And the point that she is making in this is that we have a president who is behaving outside the bounds of the Constitution. He's lawless. By virtue of his own cherry picking, he's deciding what parts of his own law he's going to delay so as not to hurt him or his party in future elections. So the employer mandate delayed till 2015. A bunch of businesses and unions got waivers through the 2012 election. And Betsy McCoy makes a great point. The thing that's implementing today, the exchanges, it's not what he signed into law. He has changed it dramatically on his own outside the law. But folks, I really want to go back. Because I want to go back to Dingy Harry's question. Grab soundbite number, or his answer, number 5. The Dana Bash question, and I have the transcript of the full question that she asked here. She said to Dingy Harry, given what you said, will you at least pass that? And if not, aren't you playing the same political games that the Republicans are? So even in her question, she savaged the Republicans. Even in her question, she ripped the Republicans, and that wasn't good enough for him. And then she said, the premise is the Republicans are playing political games with the lives of children. How much more bias can you get? And that's what her point is. She is saying in her question here, or the premise of her question is that the Republicans are playing political games with the lives of children. She's totally on his side. The Republicans are not playing games. It's Obama and Harry Reid who've shut down the government. There are 200 kids that can't get treated for cancer at NIH. The Republicans offered a bill to fund it. That and many others. And every damn one of them, Obama and Harry Reid have said no to. And while they say no to it, they accuse the Republicans, and Dana Bash did in her question. The premise of her question is the Republicans are playing political games with the lives of children. And that's still not enough for Harry Reid. And then she said, you all talked about children with cancer unable to go to clinical trials. House is going to pass a bill that funds at least that. And given what you've said, will you at least pass that? And if not, aren't you playing the same political games that Republicans are? And Harry Reid said, listen, Senator Durbin explained that very well, and he did it here. He did it on the floor earlier, as did Senator Schumer. What right did they have to pick and choose what part of government's going to be funded? It's obvious what's going on here. You talk about reckless and irresponsible. Wow. What this is all about is Obamacare. They're obsessed. I don't know what other word I can use. They're obsessed with this Obamacare. It's working now, and it'll continue to work, and people love it more than they do now so far. So they have no right to pick and choose. And that's when she said, but if you could help one child who has cancer, why wouldn't you do that? And here's that exchange again. Soundbite number 5. Listen to this. Now that you've heard her premise, which was to attack the Republicans, she is totally on his side throughout this question, except when she says, if you can help one child who has cancer, why wouldn't you do it?
If you can help one child who has cancer, why wouldn't you do it?
Why would we want to do that? I have 1,100 people at Nellis Air Force Base that are sitting home. They have a few problems of their own. To have someone of your intelligence suggest such a thing maybe means you're irresponsible.
I'm just asking a question. Oh, God, Harry, I love you so much. I'm just asking a question. It's like, I don't know. Someone of your intelligence suggests such a thing maybe means you're responsible. Helping a child. So he's on the hot seat. Now, the reason, folks, I'm spending time on this is because you know it as well as I do, that meanness, that heartlessness, which came naturally to him. He was faced with a straightforward question. If you could help kids, why wouldn't you? Why would we do that? The media tells everybody that it's the Republicans who have no heart. It's the Republicans who hate women, war on women, kids, minorities, you name it. It's the Republicans who are trying to fund these programs after the Democrats shut this process all down. And the truth always comes out. It's Dingy Harry is the mean SOB. It's Harry Reid who is the snarky, mean, insensitive, little get off my yard guy. Even snapping at one of his own friends in the media. So then we get to the next soundbite where he's asked somebody in the press said Bill Press released a clip. He interviewed Dingy Harry and he released a clip of it because nobody listens. So they had to release a transcript. And the question was, there's been some flack in the last few hours over a comment you made on CNN, Dingy. You were asked on CNN if you could help one child who has cancer, why wouldn't you do it? And your response was, why would we want to do that?
Little kids who are not going to have clinical trials. Of course I care about that. I have 16 of my own grandchildren, 5 children. What I told Dana Bash, who is a fine reporter, is that we care about all these things. We care about our state parks. We care about our veterans. But we can't fall into the trap. And here is the trap of the Cruz-led Republicans. And that is this. Listen, we'll cherry pick. We'll open this today and this tomorrow and this tomorrow. And finally, at the end, everything will be open except the money to finish Obamacare.
Folks, this is a mean, vindictive, partisan little man who gets away with it because he's so soft-spoken you can barely hear him. Cherry pick? Cherry pick? What the heck is Obamacare now but nothing but a cherry-picked amalgam of things that are taken out of it so that they will not hurt the Democrat Party if implemented? I mean, this is outrageous. 2,500 waivers, you name it. The cherry picks that Obama has made with his own bill dwarf what's going on here. And I think Harry Reid proves, folks, pardon me, I got something in my eye here, I need to rub it. I think Harry Reid proves exactly why the government should not have so much control over people's health care. Because Harry Reid was basically saying, you do what we say or kids will die. Now, a government, no government, should ever have that much power over its citizens. But particularly ours, which is a constitutional republic. You do what we say or kids will die. That was Harry Reid exercising the power that he thinks he has. Why would we do that? Why would we save the life of a child? By the way, all of Harry Reid's kids are congressional lobbyists. When it comes to cherry picking, what are the Republicans asking for that Obama hasn't already gotten? They just asked for a delay of the individual mandate, just like Obama got an employer mandate delay. Cherry picking. Obamacare is a cherry orchard. Obamacare is a cherry pie. Obamacare is a cherry Pop-Tart. Obamacare is cherry Kool-Aid. And we're all being forced to drink the damn stuff. Mr. President, the person holding up funding of this government and shutting it down is you and Senator Reid. The GOP have already and is prepared to send you bills to fund the government. If you really want to fund the NIH to help those sick little people, those kids, here's a bill. Here's a pen. Go fund yourself. WIC, Head Start, the national parks, here's a bill. Here's a pen. Go fund yourself. Military? No, you don't really want to fund them, so never mind. Here's a bill that extends the same subsidies, waivers, and breaks that you've given members of Congress, your union buddies, other special interest groups. Here's a bill that gives all that to the American people. Here's a bill. Here's a pen. Fund that. How about an Obamacare that treats everybody the same, Mr. President? Or how about an Obamacare that we just simply don't do right now because it's such an abject mess? Harry Reid. And yet, folks, it's the Republicans. Even after that happens, listen to Van Jones. He's on Crossfire last night on CNN, and they're talking about Harry Reid, saying, what do you mean, save one child's life? Why would we do that?
He's going to get beat up for that. I think we all know that Reid cares a lot about kids. It was a good question and a bad answer. I'll give you that. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to sit here and say that he handled the question well.
Except that you naturally want to come and give him the benefit of the doubt. Why? Because he's a good liberal. Did you guys give Romney the benefit of any doubt when you're telling lies about him, Mr. Jones?